Dugas, and I am the Director of Veteran Services, and we are going to start our program.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to have Mr. Grayson Wilson, who is a student here at University of Houston and also an Army veteran. He will lead us in the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Dr. Sandra Glass will lead us in the invocation.
O Lord, my God, how excellent is your name in all the earth. I come before you in adoration and submission to you as I ask you to bless this ceremony. Thank you for bringing these graduates to reach this milestone in their lives. Please continue to bless them, their families, and all those who have supported them in encouragement and prayer, and bless their future endeavors. For those whose military service is behind them, thank you for bringing them through dangers seen and unseen. For those whose military service lies before them, thank you in advance for protection and guidance. This is my prayer, which I offer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Now we'll please have a seat. Thank you. I would like to welcome Dr. William Munson for our welcome remarks.
Good evening. Good evening. How are we all doing tonight? Well, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the third UH Military and Veterans Patriot Cord ceremony. This evening we'll be presenting Patriot Cords to approximately 65 military and veteran graduates representing all 5 branches of military service so they can wear them with pride at the UH commencement ceremonies next week. As you know, commencement is important. It's an important time for the university, it's an important time for UH graduates, and it's an important time for the family of UH graduates. Commencement is important for the university because it means that we've accomplished one of our most important goals, and that's student success. The President has established 6 important goals for the University of Houston. Student success is one of those. It means ultimately graduation or attaining your degree. Our chancellor refers to student success as a non-negotiable goal for the university, so it's a very important goal for us. Commencement is important for our students because graduation means that you've achieved a personal academic goal. That's very important. For this, you deserve a special welcome and congratulations. So graduates, will you please stand and be recognized? Congratulations to you. Commencement is important for our family members because graduation means that all of the support that you've been providing for your students has paid off. For this support, your family members deserve a special welcome and congratulations. Family members, will you please stand and be recognized? Thank you, graduates and family members. So welcome to our graduates, their supportive family members, and to our honored guests. Please help me welcome Christina Klein to the podium to introduce our next speaker.
Hello, everybody. Our guest speaker is Mr. Andrew Cobos. Andrew Cobos was born and raised in El Paso, Texas. He earned his bachelor degree of science from the excuse me, I've been up all night studying for finals. From the United States Military Academy at West Point in 2003. At West Point, Andrew studied human geography, environmental engineering, and Arabic. After graduating, Andrew held positions as platoon leader, executive officer, and unit mentor and trainer. As a lieutenant, Andrew conducted security operations with the Secret Service for the President and Air Force One. Andrew deployed twice to combat in Iraq, where he planned and led security operations during the Iraqi constitutional referendum and the Iraqi national elections. He also supervised specialized training and equipment maintenance for over 200 Iraqi police officers and over 100 special operation officers in hostage rescue, terrorism prevention, and combat operations. During his second combat tour, Andrew was awarded the Bronze Star Medal. Andrew later attended the University of Houston Law Center and Bauer College of Business, where he obtained J.D. and MBA degrees. In 2011, Andrew was appointed by Governor Rick Perry to the University of Houston System Board of Regents as student regent. In 2015, Andrew was appointed by Governor Greg Abbott to serve a 6-year term on the Texas Veteran Land Board. Andrew Cobos is now an attorney at McCool Smith, where he focuses on complex commercial and bankruptcy litigation. Andrew has represented plaintiffs, defendants, and third parties in numerous types of commercial and business disputes, including whistleblowers and False Case Claims Act cases. Andrew has handled a wide range of litigation, including claims to recover fraudulent conveyances and preferential transfers, claims against officers and directors for breach of duties, and claims involving auditor liability. Andrew is very active in the Houston community and has been recognized by the Texas Junior Chamber as, quote, one of 5 outstanding young Texans, by the Houston Junior Chamber as, quote, one of 5 outstanding young Houstonians, and by the Houston Business Journal as, quote, 40 under 40 outstanding Houstonians. Please help me in welcoming Mr. Andrew Cobos.
All right, thank you, Christina. And congratulations to all the graduates. Real quick show of hands. How many of the graduates are about to embark on a career of military service? Okay, great. And the rest are presumably veterans who have come to the University of Houston, is that right? Okay. Well, great. Great to see you all. Thank you for having me. Thank you very much for inviting me to share some of my thoughts. To those of you who are getting ready to commission, to those of you who are soon to raise your right hand and to swear to protect and defend the United States against all enemies, those of you who are about to put the American flag on your right shoulder and you're going to step out in the next few months, you don't know where you're going to be, you might be overseas, but wherever you are, you will have been trained for that moment to take command and to lead America's sons and daughters. So my best to you, good luck, and congratulations. What an incredible responsibility. The University University of Houston ROTC program has prepared you for that moment. If you're like I was when you were getting ready to commission, then you had a little bit of apprehension. You didn't know whether or not you're ready, but you are. And you're going to go to OBC, Officer Basic Course, and then you're going to go out and you're going to take command. And to the extent that you know what you're going to do, to the extent that you are technically and tactically proficient, great. But it's the little things that count. So know your 9-line medevacs. Okay? Know that you're going to go out and you are going to make sure that your platoon sergeant is doing the pre-combat inspections. Know those things, be prepared to do those things, and actually act on those things. To those of you who are graduating, who are going to go out into corporate America, or who are going to go to nonprofit organizations, starting your own businesses, congratulations to you. With the University of Houston degree, the wind is at your back. You're going to take those skills and those values that you learned in the Army, in the Air Force, the Coast Guard, the Marines, the Navy. You're going to take those and you're going to contribute to society in a different way. But you're going to have the same obstacles, the same challenges, the same opportunities, and that's something that with the University of Houston background, you're going to be able to overcome anything that you do. Tonight I want to share 3 principles with you. 3 principles that far too often are not recognized for the importance that they hold. Okay, our society is one of platitudes. Okay, anybody with a Facebook account or with a Twitter account or an Instagram account, anybody who has been into a corporate office has seen posters on the wall with motivational sayings, right? Have y'all seen that? Yeah. Anybody can get a great picture, combine that with a great quote, and put it together and inspire somebody. And for a brief period, people may be inspired. I remember going to a deposition, and I was extremely nervous about this deposition. And I saw a poster on the wall that said confidence, and it had a picture of Mount Everest, and I thought, woo, let's go, let's do this. And it was great for that moment. But to actually take something like that and make it part of your lifestyle, that's something different. That requires that you go and think about it and learn how you can apply it to your life. So the first principle that I want to tell you today is go out and actively seek to serve others. Actively seek to serve others. Don't be passive about it. Don't wait for people to come to you and ask whether or not you can help them. Go out and find ways to help other people. I remember, and probably every veteran in this room has this memory, when the platoon sergeant stands up in front of the formation and he says, I need a volunteer. And for 20 seconds, right, he said, y'all know where I'm going with this. For 20 seconds, nobody says a word. Nobody says a word. And then one person raises their hand, okay, I'll do it. And then immediately, what happens? Everybody volunteers. It's a race to be the second volunteer. Everybody wants to be the second volunteer, because then you don't have to do the task, but you still get the credit for kind of taking the initiative, right? That's on the opposite end of the spectrum. Okay, and then you have the passive, the people who passively will help somebody out. If you come to me and you ask for my help, then I'll help you. That's one approach to life. But the principle that I found that is the best is going out and taking the initiative and being proactive about finding ways to help people. And when I say help people, I mean without reservation, without precondition, without some type of mutual exchange. Going out and seeking to help somebody else for no reason other than that's going to help them. There was one story that I can relate to, how this pays off. It pays off dividends. There was one time that, can y'all hear me? Yeah. How do I turn this on? Well, it's all right. So I remember one instance. I was in Baghdad. This was my second tour in Iraq. I was in Baghdad, and we were patrolling the east side of Baghdad. That was our mission. Go and find out where these IEDs, the improvised explosive devices, are originating from. Find out what the supply chain is to get those from the warehouse to the road to blow up our complex. That was a very simple mission, right? All we had to do is go out, ask around, find out who's creating these IEDs, who's putting it out there, and then go and apprehend them, presumably, right? And we were having no luck with it at all. We were miserable and utter failures because we would patrol the roads, we didn't have anybody giving us intelligence, we would ask around, we would sit down and have tea, And nobody was responding to us. Right? You'd think, how many cups of tea do I have to have before this guy will tell me something? And it just wasn't working. And so we were sitting in a brainstorming session one day, and one of the lieutenants, I was the executive officer at the time, one of the lieutenants asked, I heard about Class 9, can you tell me what Class 9 is? And I didn't really have experience with Class 9, so I went and I found out, okay, well, it's medical supplies that we can go and pick up. We can get these medical supplies, and we can deliver them to the community. And I said, hey, should we go and pick up a tractor, and fill it up with medical supplies? He said, yeah, let's do it. So we go out on an patrol, and we stop at a community waste station with a tractor trailer full of these medical supplies, and go and hand them out to people. And we say, here's a bunch of medical supplies. And they didn't know what to do with that. We didn't ask for any information. We didn't seek anything in exchange. We just said, here you go, here's a gift. And then the next week, we did the same thing. My wife, back here, coordinated for a bunch of churches and nonprofits to send soccer balls and frisbee. And all we did was go and throw frisbees and kick soccer balls around. And our mission turned from patrolling the streets and the roads, trying to find these IEDs, to passing out soccer balls and medical supplies. And after that, the information started trickling in. And people started saying, you know what, you're helping us. We can see where your value set is. We can tell that you're invested in the community. You haven't asked us for this information, well, we're going to give it to you. Don't go into that neighborhood. That's what they would say. Don't go into that neighborhood. Not today. Well, how'd you find that out? And it was a wealth of information. We didn't ask for anything in return. Now, that's the military context. In the corporate side, in the private sector, it's even more than that because you don't have an expectation of helping people out. It's all about profit margins and bottom lines, right? So if you go and you actively seek to benefit somebody, that's going to make a huge impact on their life. That's the first principle. Actively seek to serve others. The second is be deliberate about creating opportunities. Be very deliberate about going out and creating opportunities. The platitude behind this one, I guess the opposite thing is that when one door shuts, another will open. That's a very passive approach, right? A door is shut on you. Well, let me wait for another door to open. No, go out and open doors. Okay? Be active about creating opportunities. Some of you all may know a person who sat on the Board of Regents. His name is Welcome Wilson Sr. And nobody embodies this principle, this lifestyle, more than Welcome Wilson Sr. He graduated from the University of Houston long ago. He's been alive. He was born the first year the University of Houston was founded. And he took his first job at the Daily Cougar. And he wasn't interested in compensation from the Daily Cougar. What he wanted to learn was how do I go and sell something to somebody else that they don't want to buy? How can I develop that skill set to sell people things that they might not otherwise want? And he did that very well. And he parlayed that from going and working at the student newspaper to going out and helping people fundraise for their nonprofit organizations, for their political campaigns. And he became a great fundraiser. And he used all those relationships that he built as a fundraiser in those nonprofit organizations, all those relationships, to go and do more of it. And he became one of the best fundraisers here in Houston. And he developed a wealth of contacts and trust with very valuable people that are good to know in a business context. And from those relationships, he was able to found an incredible company and become an incredible community leader. But he deliberately went out and opened those doors and created those opportunities. I had a buddy of mine, so another vignette from the military side. So balancing the military with civilian. I had a buddy at West Point who we had summer break, and a lot of us would go and travel over to Europe and go and do great things, catching mat hops. If you're in the military, Space A is the way to fly. I love it. We would go and do that. What he did is he called the Air Force Academy. And he said, hey, you guys got a glider school going on. I want to get glider wings and learn to be a glider pilot. And they said, well, you're going in the Army. You have no reason to get glider wings. And he said, yeah, but I want to do it anyways. And they said, well, call us back in a week. And so he called back in a week. And this time he had a letter of recommendation. He said, look, I have a letter of recommendation. Now I want to go to glider school. And it's from an Air Force guy. And they said, well, let us sit on it and consider it. So he called the next person. And he said, look, you know, this opportunity is being held up right here. What can I do to get into glider school? And finally, he beat down the door enough that they let him in. And to my knowledge, he's the only person in the Army with glider wings. Create opportunities. Deliberately go out and create opportunities. Last vignette on this point is there was a student who was graduating from the University of Houston. And he was crossing the stage, and welcome is shaking everybody's hand. There's thousands of graduates. And he stops, and he says, welcome, I want to sit down with you, and I want to meet with you and find out the keys to your success. And welcome had just given a speech about keys to my success. And he could have listened to that, but the guy wanted to know. And so welcome said, sure, come into my office and set up a reservation, and you can sit down. Now here's an undergraduate meeting with one of the great business leaders in the state of Texas. So welcome is, at this point, embodying the first principle, actively seek to help other people. This student is embodying the second principle, be deliberate about creating opportunities. And they both come together, and they work together right now with the University of Houston Political Action Committee, and they have a great, mutually beneficial relationship. So that's the second principle. Okay, first, actively seek to serve others. Second, deliberately create opportunities. The third principle is know how to bounce back from your failures. Okay, when you fail, and everybody in this room will fail, know how to come back from that position of failure. Michael Jordan had a quote. I was looking up these platitudes, and he said, "I've missed 9,000 shots, 9,000 free throws in my basketball career. I fail time and time and time again, and that's why I succeed." Right? That's a very motivational statement. Every time I fail, I want to look up what somebody else has done to me, because then I can feel better about myself. Right? Thomas Edison with the light bulb. Everybody knows that quote. I found 10,000 ways not to do something. That's what Thomas Edison said. But when I've had my big failures, those stories, those quotes, do very little to help me recover. They're a starting point. Now I know other people are failing, but that doesn't do much for me. My first mission as a lieutenant. My first mission as a lieutenant was in Tikrit, Iraq. And I was graduating from West Point, and this was March that we had begun the invasion of Iraq. I knew that I was going to go supporting the 4th Infantry Division. I could have marked it on my calendar after OBC. Here's when I'm deploying. And I knew all that time that I was getting ready to deploy. And I prepared. I thought I knew just about everything that I could know. I was ready to go. I had focused on this. I was excited about it. I was energized. And I fly over to Tikrit, and I take over this platoon. And this platoon had been combat tested, brothers and sisters in arms. They're rocking and rolling, and they're evaluating everything that I do. They have their eyes on me, wondering whether or not I'm doing it right. And so I knew that the stakes were high, because this first impression was going to make a huge difference in the way that they regarded me for the rest of the time that I had leading that platoon. And so we had a mission to go out. It was my first mission. It was a platoon mission. We were going to conduct a patrol from Tikrit to a town called Adwar. And Adwar was about 50 miles away from Tikrit, 50 miles west of Tikrit. If the name rings a bell, just out of curiosity, does the name Adwar ring a bell to anybody? Oh, good. Saddam Hussein's hometown. And that's where they caught Saddam Hussein. That's where they found him in the spider pit. And I had a soldier who wanted to re-enlist and wanted to make it memorable, and said, there's no better way to make it memorable than to go and step in the hole where 2 weeks ago they found Saddam Hussein. So I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. Let's go out and do that. So prepare this patrol, and we're going to hit 3 or 4 different waypoints, make sure that everything is steady on the ground, make sure that there's not a whole lot of IEDs out there, and then we're going to stop doing this re-enlistment and come home. So as I'm getting ready for this first mission, knowing that the stakes are that high, I start prepping. And I'm in the top tactical operations center, and I've got a big map out. I'm drawing on a big map, and I got all the call signs and the frequencies, and I know the relay stations. We go through, and the squad leaders are doing their pre-combat inspections, and I'm checking up on them, and everything's ready to go. We do our battle drills. We're ready to go. Stakes are high. I'm feeling it. And we go out, and we got the sectors of fire. I mean, we're on this thing. And we start patrolling, and I'm navigating up to the first vehicle, the convoy. Okay, we're going to go here. I got my 1 to 50,000 map out. And we get to the town of Adwar. And this 1 to 50,000 map will show me how to get from Tikrit to Adwar. But it doesn't show me much about Adwar itself. Knowing that, I prepared my second map. And so I reached down in my bag to pull out my second map. Lo and behold, it's not in my bag. It's back at the top. And I remember exactly where it is at the top. Now we're 3 relay points away. So it's not like I can call and get that information. So I don't know what to do. And I'm sitting there, the whole platoon is behind me. The company commander wanted to go out because this is Saddam's hole. The first sergeant wanted to go out. And so we got this huge convoy. And I'm leading them through that part, and I have no idea where we're going. And we're just taking lefts and rights, and up and down, and just steering around this block 3 times. And that's essentially what we were doing until we pull into a parking lot, and we do a security perimeter. And I just sat there, thinking, what do I do now? There's no way out of it. So I go and I jump out of my vehicle, run over to the company commander, and I said, hey, I forgot the name. And his advice was very simple: figure it out. And that was it. Figure it out. So he jumps back in his Humvee and he shuts the door. Right. So I get back in my truck, and the driver, who is the sergeant, says, hey, this guy just transferred over to our platoon. He was in this company before. They used to control this area. He knows what's going on. So I run back. He's a specialist up in the gun turret. And I said, hey, do you know how to get to Saddam's hole? And he thought it was a joke. And he said, of course I know. I'm a specialist up in the gun. You have a back. And so I thought, wow, this is really a situation. So we end up getting a walking patrol, and we go over and we find some Iraqi police. And we said, how do we get to Saddam's hole? And fortunately, I had studied a little bit of Arabic, so I knew the very basics, how to say hole. And finally, it just wasn't working, so we got them and we put them in the truck and figured out a way to say Saddam's hole, and they let us there. Left, right, I don't know where they were taking us, but we ended up arriving at Saddam's hole. And I was crushed because my whole platoon had seen this failure. It was on display for everybody. Everybody knew what was going on. Everybody knew that I asked the company commander. Everybody knew that I asked the specialist for direction. Everybody knew I asked the IPs for directions, right? Everybody knew. It was a complete egg on my face. So we get back, and I was looking around and thinking, how do I recover? My first mission, and I knew the adage, you can't get lost without LT, right? I had just proven that. I didn't unprove that. And here I was, embodying that statement. And so my company commander said, look, and finally he gave me some really valuable advice. He said, go out and actively fix this. And so what I did is I called the platoon together, and I set up an AAR, an after action review, and I said, here are the things that I did right, here are the things that I did wrong, and these are the things I'm not going to do again. Got my platoon sergeant, took me aside, I said, you're going to do inspections on me, I'm going to do them on you every single time. And then I went to the company commander and I said, tomorrow we're going to go out and we're going to do another mission. And I'm going to make it right. And I'm going to go back to my soldiers and I'm going to tell them, this is who I am. This is why you should have trust and confidence in me. Okay, actively recover from your mistakes. And that's very important in the military context. It's very important in the corporate context or the civilian context. That same vignette could have been had at any company where the stakes are high and where people fail routinely. Actively recover from your mistakes. So the 3 things, the 3 principles that I said tonight, right? Actively seek to help others. Deliberately create opportunities. Actively seek to recover from your mistakes. There's one theme running throughout all those things, and that's be active, be proactive. Don't sit on the sidelines and wait for life to happen to you. Go out, take life by the horns, be proactive about it, and create your future. With the background that you have, the University of Houston degree, the values that have been instilled in you from your service, these cords that you're going to put around your neck represent all those things. And you're going to do a great job. Congratulations, and God bless you. Go Cougs!
Thank you. That was wonderful. I just want to present a little token of our appreciation to Mr. Cobos. Thank you for your Okay, now we are going to move on to our courting portion of the night, and I have Captain Braswell from the Army ROTC and Major Owens from Air Force ROTC, who are going to help us with the courting. Also, Ian Todd, he is going to do our announcing.
Thank you. So I've got to go with Mr. Cobos' remarks on perseverance, I've got a quote from Teddy Roosevelt that I thought was appropriate. It is not the critic who counts. It's not the one who points out where the strong man stumbles, nor where the doer of good deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the one who is actually in the arena, the one whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes up short again and again. Because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. But there are also those who, with great enthusiasm and the great devotions, who spend themselves for a worthy cause, who at the best knows the end, or at the end, the triumph and high achievement, and who at the worst, if they fail, at least fails while daring greatly. And so, their place shall never be the one with those who are in the cold and timid souls who knew neither victory nor defeat. And so it is my great honor and privilege to announce the great triumphs of my brothers and my sisters before me. You have sacrificed so much for our country and endured the hardships of the military. You belong to my family, my military family, and you account for less than 1% of the entire population. You took the challenge and you joined the service. Then you took a new challenge, a new call to action. And you did an even more remarkable deed that distinguishes you even further from your peers. Today we celebrate your successful completion of your degree from the University of Houston. You are the cream, ladies and gentlemen, and you rise to the top. So, let's commence with the cording of these heroes. The colors of the military and veteran honor cord correspond to the colors of our nation's flag. The white signifies purity and innocence. The red, hardiness and valor. The blue, vigilance, perseverance, and justice. Each of you have displayed these characteristics throughout your life, and tonight we honor your perseverance and success. It is now my distinct pleasure to announce the following recipients of the Military and Veteran Honor Cord. Ms. Mary Davis, U.S. Army, Hotel and Restaurant Management, Hilton College. Mr. Matthew Cook, U.S. Army, Kinesiology, Exercise Science, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. David Song, U.S. Air Force, Petroleum Engineering, Cullen of Engineering. Artemio Villarreal, U.S. Army, and Electrical Engineering, Cullen College of Engineering. Holly Horan, U.S. Marine Corps, Master of Social Work, Graduate College of Social Work. Jeffrey Gleesman, U.S. Army, Master of Business Administration, Bauer College of Business. Winston Savas, U.S. Marine Corps, Economics, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Matthew Dobbs, U.S. Army, History, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Daniel LeClaire, U.S. Army, History, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Daniel Berryhill, U.S. Air Force, Organizational Leadership and Supervision, College of Technology. Vanessa Gill, U.S. Army, Teaching and Learning, College of Education. Joseph Schnettler, U.S. Navy, Teaching and Learning, College of Education. Crystal Pagan, U.S. Navy, Psychology, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Ross King, U.S. Air Force, Architecture, Hines College of Architecture. Timothy Ollinger, U.S. Air Force, Political Science, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Randy Mossong, U.S. Navy, Computer Information Systems, College of Technology. Derek Jong, U.S. Navy, Kinesiology and Exercise Science, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Nathan Mayo, U.S. Coast Guard, Finance, Bauer College of Business. Ivan Wetton, U.S. Marine Corps, Doctor of Optometry, College of Optometry. Jason Chrisman, U.S. Army, Doctor of Optometry, College of Optometry. Brian Hassett, U.S. Marine Corps, Mathematics, Natural Sciences, and Mathematics. Jason Scott, U.S. Air Force, Management Information Systems, Bauer College of Business. Aaron Toth, U.S. Navy, Nutrition, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Charles Vaughn, U.S. Army, Chinese Studies, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Elia Calderon, U.S. Army, Biology and Psychology, College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Mark Ferguson, U.S. Army, Geology, College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Carol Jean-Louis, U.S. Navy, Economics, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Christopher Bigelow, U.S. Army, Chemistry, College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Steve Reyes, U.S. Navy, Computer Engineering Technology, College of Technology. Tien Phan, U.S. Marine Corps, Accounting, Bauer College of Business. Min Wen, U.S. Army, Management Information Systems, Bauer College of Business. Jose Luis Jimenez, U.S. Navy, Supply Chain Management, Bauer College of Business. David Wynn, U.S. Navy, Kinesiology, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Jonathan Flerchenzer, U.S. Navy, Political Science and History, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Blake Salmons, U.S. Army, Finance, Bauer College of Business. Luciana Garza, U.S. Army, Biology, College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Kevin Da Silva, U.S. Navy, Construction Management, College of Technology. Angeline Flynn, U.S. Navy, Human Resource Development, College of Technology. Justin Flynn, U.S. Navy, Accounting, Bauer College of Business. James Wong, U.S. Army, History, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Eusebio Colazo, U.S. Marine Corps, Supply Chain and Logistics, College of Technology. Albert Gonzalez, U.S. Marine Corps, Mechanical Engineering, College of Technology. Richard Dix, U.S. Army, Psychology, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Daniel Garcia, U.S. Army, Political Science, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Jesse McDade, U.S. Marine Corps, Electrical Power Engineering, College of Technology. Ricky Smith, U.S. Navy, Master of Business Administration, Bauer College of Business. Thomas Sampson, U.S. Marine Corps, Art and Art History, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. David Zabane, U.S. Army, Marketing, Bauer College of Business. Miguel Camacho, U.S. Army, Biology, College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Daniel Richards, U.S. Army, Biomedical Engineering, Cullen College of Engineering. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Captain Braswell and Major Owens. I want to welcome Dr. Richard Walker, who is our Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Services, and Dr. Walker will be sharing some closing remarks.
On behalf of myself and President Renew Couture, I want to congratulate all of our 2015 veteran graduates. It is certainly a significant milestone in your life and for that of your family, and we're very proud of you. I'm fortunate that I grew up with a father who was a retired Navy captain. In fact, served in the Naval Reserves most of my life growing up when he finally retired. Unfortunately, I lost him in January at the tender age of 93. But one of the most significant things was how proud he was of his service. And so I congratulate you. We thank you for the service that you have provided or will provide to our country. We're very proud of you. Always remember to display your University of Houston diploma very proudly so others can know where you graduated from and know, especially those who serve underneath you, that they are in the hands of a strong leader because our Cougars are always strong leaders. So again, congratulations.
So that concludes our program. We would like to welcome you in the lobby for a reception. Thank you and congratulations.